Hi, everyone. I'm Sabrina Dhami. This is your 13 Now update here on our YouTube channel here at News Channel 13. It is Monday, January 30th, 2 p.m., and we want to start with the weather. You probably noticed still a little more on the mild side as you walked out the door, but bring in meteorologist Paul Caiano, Chief Meteorologist Paul Caiano, tracking some big changes. Paul, first looking at tonight, could people maybe see some snowflakes out there this evening?
Yeah, there are some snow showers coming through now and into the evening. I don't really think it's going to amount to much, but it's the leading edge of a first shot of mildly colder air, if you will, just like a little tease for what we're going to have later in the week. So I know
Yeah,
I've got your attention now, right?
yeah, well, of course. And later in the week, we're talking about some bitter cold.
Yeah. And, we'll talk about this tonight starting at 4, but these are the types of cold outbreaks that we talked about in our long range outlook going back right around Thanksgiving, right? When we were predicting the season ahead, overall, it would be mild, but occasionally we'd have these big Arctic outbreaks, maybe not lasting too long, but some brutally cold air. And
Right.
it's taken a while, but it looks like the first one's really going to come our way later in the week.
All right. Just in time
So,
for February.
yeah, let's take a look at that almanac because look at January. I mean, it's just been so mild. Every square, which is a day in the month of January, except for one, has been at or above normal, including yesterday when it was 44. Today, it'll be close, but I still think we're going to get a little bit above normal into the lower 30s. But again, on its way is this. Watch the high temperatures. A little taste tomorrow near 30, 31 Wednesday. Then we get a little bounce. But look at Friday and Saturday. These are high temperatures. And we haven't seen a high below the 30-degree mark since December. And we're not even talking about 20s here. We're talking about struggling to get out of the single digits by Friday and Saturday. So that's what is coming down the pike as we look at the pike, which otherwise is known as the Northway. You can see it's smooth sailing here out over the Twin Bridges. Snowing in Amsterdam lightly, but look at the temperature on the CDPHP first warning cam. It's 35. So you may get a little accumulation on the existing snowpack, but the roadways are probably going to be mainly wet. It's up to 33 now in Albany. So some places are going above freezing, and that little wet snow might just melt on contact. Otherwise, probably up in the western parts of Warren County, northwestern Saratoga, and off toward the Great Sacandaga Lake, we may get a quick coating up to an inch of snow in the next couple of hours up here. But for the most part, this is just a weak disturbance with very little moisture associated with it. So it'll generally move through with little consequence for the second part of the day today. And then we get that shot of colder air. Tomorrow has a chance on this last day of January to be the coldest day of the month. But that would mean it would stay in the 20s and not reach 30 degrees. So we'll see if we can do that. Rest of the day today, hovering close to freezing, a few snow showers around. Check out the temperatures north, Thompson, Canada, 17 below, Churchill, 20 below, Baker Lake, 35 below zero right now. Our air mass for later in the week is going to come from right here in central Canada and head right at us with some brutally cold air. So the next couple of days, we'll have a little bit more of a chill in the air. This afternoon, some rain and snow showers. Tonight, back into the 20s and staying there tomorrow. So it does look like Tuesday will be rather chilly, but not terribly cold. We'll moderate things on Wednesday and Thursday before we get that big time drop off. 37 this afternoon with rain and snow showers into the evening hours tonight. Little or no accumulation on the metro area. Tuesday, 30, 31 Wednesday. As we welcome in February, Groundhog Day. Boy, if that's a sign of things to come, look what the couple of days after it show. Friday, only 13. Saturday morning, 8 to 10 below zero locally. Some places in our viewing area on Saturday morning will be 20 below zero. And that's without the wind chill. And we get up to 10. That's it for a high on Saturday and some snow showers as we make a comeback on Sunday, Sabrina.
My goodness. So, and you said that's not the wind chill. The -8 is the low,
right,
and other areas even colder.
Yeah, it looks like the heart of this cold air will arrive right as the sun comes up on Saturday. So it's really going to feel brutally cold, and thankfully not much of a wind chill at that point. But actual temperatures could be as low as 20 below in parts of the southern Adirondacks.
That's going to feel like a slap in the face. Wow. I mean, I
Absolutely.
know it's weather that we are used to and get around here, but still, what a change from what we've
Yeah,
had.
and I think even we just haven't had cold, so I think it's going to be more of a shock to the system. But even if we had a cold winter going on, this would be colder than the average cold. So it would be a normally cold outbreak in a cold winter, and it's just going to be so unusual because we're getting that type of cold after such a mild stretch. You're right. It's going to be like we're living in a different world here.
You know who's really happy about the cold? The ice castles in Lake George. You know, we've been talking about this. So I have a quick update if you can hang out with me, Paul, as we talk about this. So here's some video of them trying to construct the ice castles. And I checked their Facebook page and they were slated to open this weekend. This Friday was supposed to be opening day and they had to push that back a couple more days. Now, next Monday, a week from today, February 6th is their first official day. So that cold air you were talking about, Paul, is music to their ears.
I can imagine. And I would imagine that them pushing it back a couple more days is because they just need time to build all this.
Right.
Because this week is going to be pretty good for them all week long with a lot of temperatures in the teens, highs, maybe a degree or two above freezing or below. So it's not this week's weather, right? It's everything that came before this week.
Exactly.
And then with the brutally cold air coming on Friday and Saturday, they'll really be able to, put things together. And I would imagine it's going to be gorgeous up there on Sunday, Monday when temperatures actually modify. So it's going to be pretty nice weather to go too.
Yeah, grow the castles.
Yeah.
All right, Paul, thank you. We'll see you live at 4 on News Channel 13. Thanks for the update here.
You got it.
I want to get you updated on some news we are following. Albany Mayor Kathy Sheehan is delivering her State of the City address this evening, and the New York Lieutenant Governor, Antonio Delgado, will be there. Last year, Mayor Sheehan focused on building back Albany's workforce using money from the American Rescue Plan, housing, small businesses, and tourism. The mayor will give her address at the Washington Park Lake House starting at 6 o'clock. And the mayors of Troy and Cohoes will unveil their State of the City addresses tomorrow. Now to a story that has been making headlines across the country, the situation going on in Memphis, and we have a local angle to this. A local sheriff is speaking out about the Memphis Police Department after that awful body cam video was released of several police officers beating Tyre Nichols. The 29-year-old died 3 days after this. People in Memphis are making their voices heard through protest. And we have breaking news on this. A 6th officer has now been suspended. The Fulton County Sheriff here in the Capital Region is sharing his thoughts. Sheriff Richard Giardino, he's a former district attorney. He's a former judge, now a sheriff. And he says murder indictments in this case he feels are appropriate. He says the actions of the officers involved are disgusting and repulsive. Kumi Tucker spoke with the sheriff, and she'll have more on what he had to say coming up. And of course, we'll have more on that breaking news as well. Let's end on a great note, unveiling our new platform here, The Greater Good in Our Community. And we want to highlight Maya Rivera, a 10-year-old girl. We've been following her story very closely. Dan Levy has been following this quite a bit. She desperately needed a kidney transplant. Hey guys. And after receiving that transplant, this is Maya today, returning to school. Listen to those cheers. Maya returning to school at Shattuckon Elementary School in the Shenandoah district. And her friends, her classmates, put on a great spectacle for her arrival. She had her kidney transplant 2 weeks ago. Nearly 2 months ago. A donor who is someone very close to the family and wanted to remain anonymous was a match. And so we're so excited that Maya is doing well and that she was able to return to school. And Dan Levy was there, as you saw, and you'll have more of that great story coming up live at 4. That's your 13 Now update on this Monday afternoon. I'm Sabrina Dhami. We'll see you on air on News Channel 13 starting live at 4.